I live in Rochford with my husband Ian, and we have 2 children, Naomi who is 20 and Drew who's 15, and I work as a nursery nurse in a nursery that's attached to a school in Westcliff, and I've been there for 5 years. I got my diagnosis in February 2016, but I had been in pain in my mouth from the August before. I had an ulcer that came up in the summer holidays, but I kind of ignored it. Went back to work in September, hadn't mentioned it to Ian, my husband, either. Nobody knew. I just got on with work and life. But it was getting more and more painful. So there was one day in October, I was at work, I was in so much pain. I hadn't been able to eat properly for ages. And I phoned up and got an appointment to see a nurse. And she looked in my mouth and said, "What's an ulcer? You've got a hole in your tongue." I said, "Oh gosh, okay." We went along to the appointment for the biopsy. Didn't know we was going to have a biopsy there and then, but they said we're going to do that now. The day before we came to get the results, I ran a half marathon, keep me busy, and Ian and I turned up at the hospital. So we were messing about in the waiting room, talking, playing I Spy to pass the time. We were there quite a long time, and then we got called through, and then he sat me down and said, "I'm afraid it is bad news. It is cancer. You have tongue cancer." Well, the shock, I just burst into tears, and I thought, I can't believe this. And he looked at me and said, "Did you have no idea?" So I said, "No." I said, "I'm really healthy. I'm a runner. I don't smoke." Told that I would be having about 6 months off work, probably having radiotherapy, and you're kind of just like numb. Yeah, it was weird. The week after, I told my parents. I went round to see them, but by that point I gathered myself, and I had decided I was going to be positive. We're going to get through it. This isn't going to beat me. I'm going to run my way through it. I think because I felt that it was taking control, and I don't like control being taken from me, so I thought, right, I'm not going to let this happen. Doing radiotherapy, it produces a lot of gunk. It's really revolting. And I would run with a carrier bag and a toilet roll, but people didn't mind because you're having to get rid of it all. People just accepted that I just needed to run. Control was taken away from me, and this was one way of getting control back. When it came to the end of radiotherapy, I had the goal that I wanted to run a Southend half marathon. And I wasn't sure how the hospital would be about that. And Nadia said to me, "You won't be allowed to do it." So I said, well, no one can stop me really. It's what's keeping me going. And I have to do this. I said, "You're mad. For 2 weeks after radiotherapy, your symptoms and side effects get worse." I said, "Okay, fine, I'll just have to get on with it." It hasn't been the smoothest of journeys after treatment. However, it's a nice feeling when you know you haven't got anything there. Although saying that, I noticed in the summer I had a lump come up in my neck, and I saw my surgeon this August, and he said that it had shown up in my last MRI in November before, and it's the lymph nodes that have been left in, but then they were going to have to keep an eye on it. They did an ultrasound in August, and they're keeping an eye on the measurements in case it changes and becomes cancerous, but touch wood, I'm hoping it doesn't. So I'm just carrying on with life, with running, with work, with being a mum and wife. And actually, I think after you've had cancer, you see life a bit differently, and you're a bit more alive afterwards. I know not everybody is, but I look at life a lot differently. But I kind of just see a different side to life, and when people are like humdrum and a bit low, I think, well, come on, because you're alive and kicking, and there's a lot of things out there to enjoy. So I've just got to embrace it all. It's a second chance at doing things, isn't it?